Hi ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today in Miss Raga's art room. So if you missed us last time and we were working on our portraiture, okay, you finished your sphere, now it's time for us to actually start breaking the portrait up into those value ranges. First things first, no matter what, with your portrait, okay, whether I've printed out a photo for you or whether you're grabbing one of my main ones, you're gonna put your name on. And of course, whatever period you are, right? 1A, 5A. So, for example, you do 1A if you're 1A. 1B if you're 1B. You get what I'm saying. Flip it back over. Okay, what we need to do is take this portrait, and we need to now, just like we did with our sphere, break it up into light, middle, and dark value. Okay, now you can write anywhere on your background little notes to yourself. Why? Because eventually this person gets cut out and glued on to a totally separate background. Okay, now there are two rules. I would say kind of one rule but split into two parts, but two rules for how you paper your portrait. Okay, write this right in the background. Everything gets color except ... eyeballs and teeth. That's why I say it's kind of one but two parts, right? Eyeballs and teeth. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Well, when you're papering, okay, you're gonna make sure you're bringing your paper right up to the edge of the white of that eye. Okay, all the skin, okay, right up to the edge of the white so that only the eyeball is showing. In the past, we've done this where we have tried to like recreate the eyes and it just looks weird, right? The portraits always look like surprised or bug-eyed. So we're gonna leave that just the blank of the photograph. The second part is teeth, right? For example, I see my model's teeth there. I'm gonna leave those behind. Let me grab my self-portrait from a couple years ago, right? I did the lips, but I left the teeth blank. Again, we've tried doing teeth in the past with like white paper and they just end up looking like chiclet teeth, for lack of a better term. Okay, so we're just gonna leave them the blank of the paper. So everything gets color except eyeballs and teeth, right? That includes hair, clothing, if it's showing, jewelry. And notice how that stuff also will have value range, right? Eyebrows, lips, right? All the detail is getting done except eyeballs and teeth. Cool. So how do we start mapping out our values? Well, what you do is you look for those value shapes just like we did on our sphere, except in this case, they're gonna be way more complex. So for example, on my lovely model here, I can see that she's got, sorry about that folks, my phone cut out for a second. And again, just to pick up where I left off, I can see that middle value there, right? I'm gonna bring it up to the face. I can see this really beautiful middle value that defines like the edge of her cheek or the side of her face there coming down, so there's a nice middle. Okay, particularly on her chin, I can see this middle value kind of happening here. It's quite a large middle value actually. I see a light happening here on the edge of the face. This almost all becomes, middle value around here, middle value up to here. This is all quite light, the upper edge of her lip, right? Light value in here, light value at the chin, okay. The side of her nose. Could be considered middle, with darks here for the nostrils and dark on the under edge. Okay, you get the rough idea, right? We're dividing that face up almost like a paint by number. You're creating yourself a little roadmap. You're gonna do that for everything you see in the portrait, right? Hair, lips, I still have a little bit to do on the lips here where I didn't get a chance to finish them yet. And then what you'll do, okay, is we'll take this and turn it into, actually I think we'll maybe do that more as, that's gonna be dark, dark. Do this more as a middle with some light highlights up here, light. little bits of light there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take this and then do that same papering technique. Just to refresh the papering technique, okay? Remember, once again, you're creating that sandwich. Okay, so let's do a light shape. Let's do another light shape on here. So I'm going to grab my paper, my light paper. I'm doing blue for the face. Okay, let's say I'm doing that light shape there. And remember, you're going to take your Sorel transfer paper. It goes dirty side or dark side down in between what you're tracing onto and the photograph. Okay, and then you're going to find yourself pen, pencil, it does not matter what, but you're just going to press firm, trace over it, think back to the sphere, right? So trace over that. There's my shape. Okay, I'm going to cut that out. So I'm reaching for my supplies over on my side table here. There we go. And then this just gets glued down where I see that value shape happening. Okay, does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, just like the sphere, except now a little bit more complex. You're including all that detail, right? Eyebrows, lips, hair, okay, clothing, etc. All right, terrific, ladies and gents. Let's get started on our portrait. Thanks for watching.